November TBR. This is almost the end of 2021.
This is the second to last TBR I'll ever be doing in 2021. Next time I'll be 2022. That's insane. I got a lot of books to read, so hopefully I'll get to them. The first thing I'll read is actually not a Wheel of Time book. It is Rebel's Creed by Daniel Green. I wanted to read it this month, but things didn't come up. I ordered the book on the day it came out, and it's coming on the 1st, so I'll be reading that pretty quickly, and then I'll be getting to Towers of Midnight by Brandon Sanderson. I'm super excited for this book, but you guys know I'm doing a Wheel of Time book every month, and it blows my mind on how I'm already on Towers of Midnight. I feel like I just read Eye of the World yesterday, and here we are. And I'm really excited for what happens, especially with Perrin, because I think he'll have a good arc in this book because of the picture. That's my favorite cover ever. Yeah, so I'm really excited for what happens in Tower of Midnight. Gathering Storm definitely did not disappoint. It was near perfect. So this thing I have a lot of expectations for, and if I read Memory of Light, my mind's going to blow up. Speaking of Eye of the World, I'm going to be rereading it for the show, and just right before Memory of Light, I just want to get a re-glance, especially with things that happened in Gathering Storm. There was a lot of memories that happened, like a lot of memories from the old days, of the old times, and that's what kind of wanted me to revisit Eye of the World one more time right before the show comes out, and also right before I cap it off with A Memory of Light next month in December. And so this is really exciting. Like, I'm so excited to see how it all began. I remember events from this book, but I don't remember, like, the characters are so different from here to there. It's hard to, like, place who they are. So it's going to be good to get a blast from the past reading this book. And I kind of want to react to my first Eye of the World video because it was pretty bad, and do a re-review, more long review, because I do my Wheel of Time spoilers now, and that really wasn't a spoiler in-depth review. I'm going to do an in-depth review of that. Don't worry, it's coming out probably the same day the show drops. Hopefully. I mean, if all goes well. And yeah, so get ready for 2 Wheel of Time books, Towers of Midnight and Eye of the World. And Memory of Light is coming in December, so a lot of Wheel of Time. And a lot of Wheel of Time because of the show and A Memory of Light, all copying off at one point, so I'm really excited. Quick little cut-in. I also want to be reading Fall of Hyperion, which is the sequel to Hyperion. I really am excited for this book because the first Hyperion definitely was not a finished novel. So I'm really excited to read that by Dan Simmons. And yeah, the review should be on the channel as well. The next thing I'm going to read is Second Foundation by Isaac Asimov. This is the last in the Foundation trilogy. Glad to be done with it. I really loved every book in the Foundation so far, but a little boring. A little slog to get through. It kind of puts me through a little reading slump, even though I do like it. Because as I said before, it's not the most entertaining book, but getting a lot of information out of these, and I really love to see where science fiction began. I'm also going to be reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea as a classic this month, because I like classics. And I read Out of the Deep recently, and I'll be really excited to kind of see what this was based off, because I didn't know how directly influenced this was from 20,000 Leagues. So I'm definitely going to be reading that and comparing the differences. Maybe doing a video on my channel about that. Definitely a review, but tell me if you guys want a verse, like what are the differences between Daughter of the Deep and 20,000 Leagues. So that might be coming out. That is going to be, I'm trying to get through more classics. I won't try to get through Fahrenheit 451 in October, but I kind of, again, Best Served Cold took me way too long. Every month I always say I'm going to read Heretics of Dune. It's the one that I push out if I have next, too much, which is awful because I really love I really love Dune series. I just can't get to it. Like, it's one thing I'm like, like I'm getting a burnout from classic science fiction, so I held out Fahrenheit 451 and something like Heretics and Fall Hyperion. That's why I'm kind of like, I want to read some more fantasy or newer science fiction. If you know what I mean? Like, I love those, like, the classic science fiction genre, but sometimes my head needs a break from thinking too much. So I'm going to be reading that maybe if I don't feel burned out from Second Foundation. But, yep, I'm super excited to read all those books. This was a quicker TBR. I just wanted to get it through, like, roll through it, just tell books I want to read. Not much reason. I want to make my TBR shorter because there's a list of books. I don't need to talk too much. So hopefully it'll be under 7 minutes from now on. But hopefully you guys are having a great day, and see you guys in the next video.